Hello, this is Chiak. We are back again with another set of The Raven Remastered, where we had a chat with our... we can examine him still?
The young man is lying like a cheap rug. That much is clear.
Okay, no, that just repeats. Okay, so we need... There was the bullet. What? No? Oh, wait, yes. Here we go. I'm assuming we're using the tongs, maybe?
Whoever fired the shot hit the crate.
Okay. Tongs.
No, the bullet hole is too small for the tongs.
I wasn't gonna lie. I was like, I'd be a bit disappointed if this actually
works. The metal
works.
of the tongs feels cold from the smooth handle all the way to the tips.
Okay, I'm not quite sure why that's a... right. Well, is there anything else here? Leave cargo hold.
The cargo hold also seems to serve as a changing room for the crew. At least for the ones who don't wear white uniforms.
Okay. Oh wait, we can open the locker now? Or did it kind of reset? I know we opened a locker last time.
A stroke of luck. The lock is open.
Oh, this wasn't available last time.
Oil-stained overalls. And here, an old toolbox.
A
It's been through a
toolbox.
lot. Hardly any paint, dented, and the lid is held shut by a wire. I'll take it with me.
A wire? You mean a wire that we can use for lockpicking?
Some wrenches, a bit of wire wool, an oily cloth, and here, a screwdriver.
Okay, so what do we have on us now? A wire and a screwdriver, which we can use that to take out of the bullet hole.
Well, I think the bullet is still in the wood. I'm not a weapons specialist, but at first sight I'd say that this bullet looks exactly the same as the one Dr. Gebhardt gave me for Legrand. That would mean that the murderer also fired a shot here in the cargo hold before the murder. But why? Did they just want to make sure the old guns still worked? Or was it something else? And did the bullet really come from the same gun? I can only check that in Legrand's cabin.
Okay, so hint. Is there anything more to this, though, before I move on?
I've got the screwdriver. That's all I need.
Okay, so for sure we're done with that. I thought there's something on the ground. We can't open any of this up. He doesn't say anything more than
He can't
besides...
have anything to do with the murder. When we heard the shot, he was in the custody of Constable Oliver, and I hardly think the two of them are working together.
Okay.
He could be responsible for the bump on the back of my head, and maybe he also stole some things from the buffet, but he's no criminal mastermind. What a pity. I expected more from this interrogation. Legrand can try his luck with him.
Okay, now that's done and over with. Okay, let's double check. I mean, I'm under the assumption that we're good to go, so let's, vamonos and, hi!
That takes the biscuit.
I noticed that the door was unguarded. I just wanted to make sure that everything was all right.
Tell it to Legrand. He's expressly forbidden anyone to speak to the witness before he does.
Sorry, the disc.
Don't act like that. Legrand can't manage all this alone. We're a team.
Only until the end of this case.
All right, let's go to Legrand and tell him what happened. You fell asleep and then you left the door unguarded. Well, are we going?
No, but don't try it again.
Of course not.
It's okay, because I'm done with my investigation. Now I'm just gonna break into Legrand's cabin. Don't mind me. Just think if there's... I don't want to look at him. I think we don't need to look at him. We know. We know where we need to go. Okay, he's still just sitting there worried about his future job prospect. Now, I got myself a wire. Let's use it to pick the lock.
The lock isn't especially secure. I should be able to open it with the wire from the cargo hold.
Sorry, was that footsteps you kneeling down on the ground? Oh no, what is this? No, really, what is this? How, what, how, am I using... I'm sorry, is there, what am I supposed to be doing? I can't seem to drag it. Oh, I see. Oh, okay, we're changing, oh my goodness. We're changing the thing. Oh, okay. Oh no, this is going to be pretty bad. Okay. So it's way farther in than I thought. Though I'm accurate about this one. This one maybe. This one's definitely too high, and this one's definitely too low. So starting from the bottom there. So this one's accurate, this one's too high. Can't remember which one's too low. Oh, sorry, I clicked the wrong one. Okay, this one needs to be higher. I think... maybe it's just a bit too high. I don't know, because this one just looks different. So let's lower this one a bit. Let's lower this one. I think we get to increase this one. I should get rid of my last two, because it's actually these two here, because it's actually throwing me off. So okay, let's push it in again. Higher, much higher. And the second one lower. Okay, second one a tad bit lower, and everything needs to be, the last two needs to be higher again. There we go.
There we go.
I feel like you should have been looking around before you were kneeling down in front of the lock. Examine the safe.
A lock, master and son. Tough to crack. If I wanted to steal the eye, I'd concentrate on getting the 3 keys. If everything goes according to plan, the first time this monster is opened will be in the museum in Cairo. Fingers crossed.
Oh wait, where is he? Here is he
Neatly
sleeping?
folded and unused. Legrand hasn't slept since we cast off, nor on the train.
That's alright. Where is the bed? Or do they have pull-out sofas back then? Okay. I'm assuming this is so we can look at the bullet. Let's examine everything first before we. Wait, did I get to? Oh, there's a lot.
Legrand's file on the Raven, centimeters thick, but totally useless. We're not dealing with the Raven. Why can't he see that? Our man is ruthless, a bomber, and quite probably a murderer. This file belongs in a museum. It's history. The inspector should concentrate on the present. This is the pipe from the cargo hold. Legrand seems to have inspected it for fingerprints. I can still make out the powder.
Anything here? Oh, wait. What was that? Oh, I can still examine the pipe.
No. Nothing to see on the end of the pipe that the attacker held. Either he wore gloves or he cleaned the pipe.
Okay. Let's do the scroll. I'm assuming this.
There's nothing written on the bottle. I suppose it's some sort of stimulant, legal or not. Legrand has been awake for at least 30 hours straight, maybe more. I shudder to think what kind of side effects this stuff might have. A policeman on a murder investigation should have his wits about him. The risk that he could miss evidence or endanger himself and others is too high.
Okay, that actually, that's it. There's nothing else. Okay. Examine forensics okay, let's...
Legrand must have taken and developed the photos himself. He even made copies and enlargements. He seems to be prepared for everything, with access to more resources than a normal detective.
Okay, well that explains. I was wondering, like, how are you getting the photos? But this seems that this is one of the things.
Another alarm. It was tripped at some point, but there's no way to determine when. Smells like chemicals. Legrand probably developed the photos in here.
Okay, there we go. It's answering all my questions.
There are still fragments of the syringe that the inspector broke in the sink. Why is he pushing himself like this? Even if he catches the Raven, is it worth ruining his career and his health?
Microscope?
A microscope. Looks like the one that Lutz Reichinger uses in his pharmacy, just more modern. There's nothing on the slide, and therefore nothing to see.
Okay, I'm also hoping we need to get something in order to grab the, to examine the blood spot. Okay, let's look at the photos.
Legrand must have taken them yesterday at the crime scene. A rough diagram of the ship. Legrand marked the Baroness's cabin. Seems like he didn't turn up anything else of note. This photo provides an overview of the crime scene.
Does it? It shows the mannequin. And, I mean, I don't know if you, sure, an overview, if you say so.
Shot in her sleep. She didn't feel a thing. She went to sleep and never woke up. Yes. The bed, the blood spot. The spot on the sheet is much bigger than the one on the mattress. There's blood on the blanket as well. A lot of blood, I'd say. The blanket and the sheet are gone. I guess they're in the medical center.
Oh, can we break into the medical center with our
Yes,
wire?
That's how we found her yesterday, I think. I wasn't really myself at the time. No. Nothing suspicious.
Okay. Is that everything? I would assume it is, since there's nothing else I can... Here we go. The forensics
A
box.
masterpiece. Forensic teams use kits like these. They're placing increasing importance on the preservation of evidence. But not in Switzerland yet. It's a small lab used to conduct simple analysis on site. All right, what have we got here?
Okay, where can I... Oh wait, do you have...
Half of the tools in this box will be interesting for an archaeologist as well. Actually, forensics and archaeology are really quite similar to each other. The goal is to find out what happened, whether a few hours ago or a few centuries ago.
Okay, Oh, wait. Oh, I was hoping that these would be swabs.
Fingerprints are overrated. Smart thieves wear gloves, or they make sure that there are too many fingerprints at the crime scene to check them all.
Okay.
For forensics in the woods or the open country, I suppose. No use on a ship. I'm sure Legrand could work magic in this alchemist lab. Me, I'm just awestruck. Good Lord. Good Lord. Good Lord.
Does he just say
Good
that?
Lord.
Okay, never mind then.
Good Lord. Good Lord.
Okay, yeah. Okay, he literally just says that. Oh, here we go. A drawer. A drawer with things I can use to take.
Aha! This is some kind of inventory list. For each chemical, it lists the chemical composition and a short comment on how to use it. And here's a list of the most important procedures. Fingerprints, gunshot residue, blood. I don't have to analyze the pillow and feathers to determine whether there's gunshot residue. I can smell it. And I don't have any other clues at the moment.
Okay, he put that back. Don't feel like I need to read the manual yet.
What's this? Oh, how practical. A hermetically sealed cotton swab for collecting samples. I'll take it.
I'm gonna assume that that's what this is just the one that's over here.
A small glass bowl for mixing chemicals.
Okay. So... with this, we can just go and, Now, how do I use... Can look at photos. Can I don't know, can I... Okay, I can't analyze the bullet with the microscope. Since we're here,
Okay.
might as well just do that now, and then I can go up, get the... Get the blood
I
spot.
need the second bullet for a comparison.
Huh? Okay. Well then. Where where would that be, sir? Legrand, where are you keeping... Okay, maybe I do need to... maybe I do need to go upstairs and...
Aha. That's the bullet the doctor removed from the Baroness's corpse.
Did I miss that last time? Maybe I did. Maybe I just happened to... It was like perfectly in the place where I didn't swing my mouse pointer over.
All right.
Fortunately, the lighting is so dark. Not that. Close but no cigar. Can't move this side. Okay, so it's just this one side not moving. It's yeah, it's really dark. Like, I question whether or not...
That's the proof.
Okay, there we
Whoever
go.
shot the Baroness also fired the shot in the cargo hold. What could that mean?
I mean, this part though, I'm seeing like a scratch there, but... Okay, we're good with that. So let's go outside because we need to swab the blood spot. Go upstairs. Luckily, it's just right around the corner, basically. So does that mean there's only like 2 VIP rooms? Because I don't see anywhere else there's going to be a cabin. Take specimen, huh?
I always wanted to do that. That should be enough.
I'm gonna assume you put it back in that pouch. And not just the blood quotation mark stained Q-tip or cotton swab in your pocket. Without any cover. Alright, back to our forensic investigation. Do we still have the... I mean, okay, there's also breaking into the... Yeah, pillowcase with burn marks. Can we...
I can't put the pill, but I don't need to. The burn marks are visible to the naked eye.
Okay. I'm gonna assume at some point... Oh, you know what? This is probably what we need the tongs for. We're gonna have to develop a photo. Alright. Actually, oh, why am I just walking to it? No, I should probably just walk to it. And I don't know... Okay, where does this go? Oh wait, you know what we should do? We should probably read the instruction manual first. Open the jar, read manual.
Wasn't there something about blood samples?
Here we go.
Fingerprints, gunshot
Blood.
residue, blood. Well, it explains how to confirm that something is blood. That's a start. You have to mix luminol and a hydrogen peroxide solution and then drip or spray the mixture on the blood. The solution turns blue and glows even if there's just a very small amount of blood. Okay then, luminol and hydrogen peroxide.
Okay.
Aha! Luminol.
I literally just hovered right over it. But...
And there's the hydrogen peroxide. I'll mix it with the luminol in the bowl.
Okay, so this isn't
I
too
can
crazy.
detect blood with this mixture. The clear solution turns blue if it comes into contact with blood. I think it's better to drip the solution on the swab instead of dipping the swab into the solution. Maybe oxygen is an issue, or it doesn't work if you use too much of the solution.
Okay. Oh, this is the pipette?
Okay,
Sure.
I'm filling the pipette and putting it down very carefully.
I'm sorry, how fragile is this glass that you're supposedly...
So, let's see what we have here. No blood. Not the slightest reaction. If I didn't make a mistake, and it wasn't that difficult, then the spot on the Baroness's bed isn't really blood. But if it isn't blood, what is it? And more importantly, why didn't Dr. Gebhardt notice anything? He was supposed to have examined everything. I'd say it's time to visit the medical center.
Okay. I don't think there's anything else in here, so... Let's exit out. And then, is it gonna do the mini-game again?
It seems impossible that Dr. Gebhardt could have shot the Baroness. He was with me when the gunshot ran out. But he must have noticed that the Baroness was lying in a pool of fake blood. Maybe he's covering for someone. Let's find out.
Okay, no, it didn't make me do it again. Interesting. Oh, wow. Is it... I'm sorry. I was about to say, I'm like, why does it look so dark outside? Search cupboard,
It's
examine the
probably for
wheelchair.
emergencies, in case a passenger falls down and can't walk anymore. Possibly due to rough seas, or maybe the captain's well-stocked bar.
Okay, is... I'm sorry, is there an elevator somewhere on the ship? Because this isn't going down the stairs. Why does it say search cupboard? Or is it, oh, okay, it's behind. I thought it was like, it's on the
I guess
corpse,
the trash
so.
bin is in here. Right. Paper towels, plastic packaging, cartons, and... hold on. What's this? A burst rubber glove. It's knotted, and there's a red liquid all over the inside that looks like blood. I bet good money that it's the same fake blood I found in the Baroness's cabin. Dr. Gebhardt will have trouble explaining how rubber gloves full of fake blood got into his trash bin. First, the fake blood he missed in the Baroness's cabin, and now this. It doesn't look good for you, Doctor. That's proof enough for me that the Doctor is involved in this. I should report to Legrand.
Okay. Are you just gonna leave the glove here? There's another search drawer. Oh! A tape recorder? Yes, don't mind if I do. Okay. We can finally listen to this, the tape.
Interesting. A tape on a reel. The reel belongs to a much better player, like the one from the Baroness's cabin. I can't be certain that this is the reel that was missing from the Baroness's cabin, but it seems quite likely.
Okay, can we take it? Can we... Interesting. So we're just gonna play it?
Okay.
Why say if it's from the Baroness's cabin and then we just play it here?
Nothing. Strange. There. Very interesting.
Oh, so it's just the sound of the gunshot.
A shot is audible on the tape, and the reel comes from the Baroness's cabin. It's all coming into focus. The sink looks like it's been cleaned recently. I can't say whether it was cleaned to comply with the hygiene regulations, or whether there was another reason.
Mm-hmm. Is that all? Okay, let's do a sweep of anything that can be looked at. I think that's it.
Time
Okay.
to pay Legrand a visit.
Yeah, that's it. So,
No. No, don't.
how did he know we were in here? I guess maybe he heard the shot from the audio tape. That was chapter 1. Secrets solved. Hints function used. I've used it though, haven't I? Oh, hints function versus hotspot highlight. I used it 16 times. Adventure points, not bad. So weird how he's the
Why
one.
couldn't you just leave it be? Let me go. Why are you doing this to me? You and the Baroness. Dr. Gebhardt, I don't know. Don't you understand what you are forcing me to do? You don't have to. It is almost over. You won't feel a thing. I am sorry you have to see all this. I should have used more chloroform.
Oh, so the shot in the cargo bay was to record that, wasn't it?
Chloroform. Still partly numb.
Oh, sorry. Like,
Already. Enough of that, Mr. Zellner. Soon it will all be behind you.
oh, is this a time thing?
I am sorry you have to see all this. I should have used more chloroform.
Okay, so maybe it is a time thing. So let's put up footrest. What? Oh no, he just does it right away.
Enough.
What? Are we supposed to talk to him, like distract him or something?
I am sorry. I have to distract him. And what next? Heart failure happens a lot at your age, especially given your background. I am still considering whether I should throw you overboard. Don't leave evidence. No evidence. But what if I'm seen? My plan was perfect. And then you ruined everything! Keep talking.
I know it's like to me, but at the same time, it's just like.
Chloroform? I had it in my bag, just in case. You were supposed to be asleep. I am not a monster, you know? I have nothing against you. Nothing at all. But what can I do? You forced my hand. It's your fault. Yours alone. A pair of scissors. What have you... Mr. Zellner, what are you doing back there? Well, no matter. I'm ready now.
So like, I'm trying to think. Should I put the footrests, crawl to it, and then distract him?
I am sorry.
Like, there's no way for me to know in terms of like. Oh,
Mr.
I'm so thrown off. See, why don't I go this so far is that it really is just the biggest guess, and there's no way for me to determine. From what I can tell, there's no way for me to determine.
Why? Why did the Baroness have to snoop around? Why did you have to snoop around? And that glove there. You want to plant evidence on me, yeah? I left no evidence. There is no trail. And yet you can't just leave me in peace, can you? especially given your background. I am still considering whether I should... I...
Okay, so we have to like talk first. Oh wait. Do we... He didn't hear that? Okay, he did hear that.
Take it easy, Mr. Zellner. You will only hurt yourself. Shall we begin? It's almost over. I will.
What's in the syringe? Oh, hello. Legrand?
Are you okay?
Clearly not. Wakey wakey!
Thanks.
A wet towel works miracles. I told you so.
Out with it then. What were you doing down there?
Inspector, at least let the constable recover his breath.
He almost killed himself.
Excuse me?
Me? No. Dr. Gebhardt would have taken care of that for me. Where is he?
Gebhardt is vanished without a trace. We're searching the ship from top to bottom.
One at a time. Tell me, Zellner, what did you find out?
Dr. Gebhardt killed Baroness von Trebitz.
Impossible.
Do you have proof?
Besides the fact that he wanted to kill me?
But wasn't the doctor with you when the shot was fired?
The shot that we heard was a recording. The Baroness had a tape recorder and good speakers in her cabin. Good enough to make the noise audible on the upper deck.
Is that just your suspicion, or do you have proof?
There's an audio tape in the medical center. The reel belongs to the tape player in the Baroness's cabin. And there's a sibling reel in her cabin that belongs to the recorder in the medical center. He recorded it in the cargo hold. His tape recorder has a microphone, and I removed a bullet from one of the boxes down there.
And it came from the murder weapon?
All right. Inspector Legrand! Let's pretend you're onto something. The shot we heard was just a recording. What happened next?
We all ran to the Baroness's cabin. She lay comatose in a pool of blood. Dr. Gebhardt pushed past you so that you couldn't get too close to the Baroness. He examined her and pronounced her dead. There was no reason for us to doubt him. The shot, the blood, the Baroness lying there lifelessly. But she was only unconscious, knocked out by the chloral hydrate that the doctor had poured into her glass shortly before.
The doctor had a glass in his hand when you came in.
He wanted to remove the evidence, but you gave me the glass instead, Captain DeConti, and unintentionally knocked me out as well.
Nonsense. There was blood everywhere. And the Baroness is certainly dead enough, isn't she?
Then who did shoot her? And when?
I don't have any... It would have to... Wait, because he had like a pillow, right?
As I already said, it was Dr. Gebhardt. He shot the sleeping Baroness in her cabin, barely 10 meters away from us.
What are you saying? The doctor was alone in the cabin for a while. When the alarm went off, it was deafening. I couldn't even hear myself.
And I found a pillow with burn marks. Could have been used to muffle a gunshot.
And the blood?
The blood wasn't real. Dr. Gebhardt mixed up a liquid that looked like fresh blood to the casual observer, but the liquid remained red instead of becoming darker and browner from exposure to the air. That meant he had to clean the body and get rid of the bedding.
But the blood was already there when we first entered the cabin.
Dr. Gebhardt was in the Baroness's cabin before the murder. He hid a surgical glove full of the red liquid under her sheet. The Baroness, dead tired, fell onto her bed, the glove burst, and the blood spread across the bed. I found the burst glove in the medical center.
But why did he do it? What was his motive?
Inspector?
She blackmailed the doctor?
I can only speculate. The Baroness spent the day rummaging through her old family photos.
No, no, no.
Do you have anything to contribute, Constable?
Confession, sir. Dr. Gebhardt was the Raven. It's all here. He admits to everything.
What does it say?
It says, do you still remember, my dear Nico? The streets were wet with rain and the scent of roasted barley and fermenting yeast wafted over to us from the brewery. A dog barked until your shot struck down the innocent one. After that silence, not a single sound except for my soft steps fading on the wet cobblestone street. They made a hero of you, and I, at last, found peace. At least until the urge returned. Some of us are not made for retirement, my friend. I thought they would assign this case to you, and that thought pleased me. We'd finally find out who was truly the better man. And it pains me now to have to admit that you and your little gumshoe got the better of me. You drove me into a corner, forced me to make mistakes. I congratulate you on your triumph, but no one will confine the Raven to a cage. There is but one way out, and that is by my own hand. Farewell, Raven Hunter R.
Inspector Legrand.
Okay.
Inspector?
I was right. I told them all, over and over again. But no one would listen.
What about the handwriting, the wording? Does the farewell letter match the Raven's other letters?
Yes, it's his handwriting, his words. I've read all the Raven's letters, all of them, over and over again.
I never thought it was possible. A resurrected Raven.
The Raven was never dead. I shot the wrong man.
But that man had the stolen goods, didn't he? So he must have been in league with the Raven. One could hardly call him innocent.
Okay.
You think that Dr. Gebhardt was really the Raven?
The things Gebhardt describes in his letter aren't part of any police report. Only someone who was there would know them.
Couldn't there have been others involved? One of the police, for instance. What if one of them changed sides?
Why is it so hard for you to accept the simple truth? There was never a new Raven. There was only ever the old one. And that was Dr. Gebhardt.
The modus operandi doesn't match. The Raven was not a killer.
Legends are rarely what they seem to be, Constable Zellner.
Then who was the man who was killed back then?
William Jackson, a petty thief, committed some burglaries together with his brother. Talented, but not world-class.
And they thought he was the Raven.
Some people thought it was part of his disguise. If you're a debonair master thief, what better disguise than pretending to be a common crook? From time to time you let them catch you pulling small jobs, and no one ever imagines you're capable of a major heist.
But you didn't believe it.
I had my doubts, but everyone congratulated me, and those doubts were pushed aside. It was like being caught in a storm. But eventually the storm passed and my doubts were still there.
But not this time? No doubts telling you that Gebhardt isn't our man?
It must be him.
Where do we go from here?
We deliver the eye and then I'll contact Paris. A task force will compare all of Gebhardt's known residences with the Raven's activity.
And if there are any inconsistencies?
You're welcome to keep an eye on the safe if you can't let it go. The ship will remain in Cairo for 1 day. That's all the time you'll have to catch your own Raven. I already have mine.
Okay, so Legrand. Oh, location change? Yep.
Ah, you're one of Legrand's men, aren't you?
My name is Anton Jakob Zellner.
You've come just in time. Grace, my dachshund, is missing.
There may be more important matters for me to attend to, Mr.
Director Abbas Mokhtar. And Grace isn't just a common dog. She's a purebred German dachshund, a champion.
Okay. I know I'm over time, but like this is just not stopping.
So, the exhibition will still open tonight.
But of course, everything has been arranged. The final preparations are almost complete.
But one of the two exhibits won't be there.
A terrible loss, a tragedy. That irreplaceable Egyptian cultural treasure has been stolen for the second time.
The second time?
What? Did you really believe that the eye of the Sphinx was found lying on the banks of the Thames?
I was about to say, I'm like, I mean, technically, the British probably stole it. The first time, okay.
Inspector Legrand, Professor Lucien, and Constable Oliver are overseeing the transportation of the safe. They should be here at any moment. I'll have a look around in the meantime.
Do you think that's necessary? The Raven is dead, after all.
If you mean Dr. Gebhardt, his body was never recovered. Nor the stolen eye of the Sphinx, for that matter.
It does us a great honor that the Inspector is concerned about us. But we have everything under control.
Legrand isn't as concerned as he should be. But I am. Is the museum closed?
Yes. Only carefully selected guests may enter the museum during preparations for the gala. And of course, you're one of them, Mr. Constable.
What can you tell me about the museum's security system?
One of the best on the market. And the second eye will still be exhibited in our special treasure chamber, which is extra secure.
Treasure chamber?
See for yourself, to the right of the entrance. The eye is as safe as the British Crown jewels.
I think I'll have a look around the museum.
Please do. There's a lot to see. And you let me know if you see Grace, won't you? I hope we find her before the great inspector arrives. Isn't it fantastic how he solved the murder on the ship?
Legrand?
Of course. It's in all the newspapers. The murder of the wealthy Baroness von Trebitz, and how the great Inspector Legrand identified the murderer in just 1 day. It's the stuff legends are made of. You should count yourself lucky to have the chance to learn from him.
What exactly do the newspapers say?
Everything. It's fantastic. Someone on board must have informed the press immediately. Of course, it's a great advertising for us. The reporters will queue up tonight.
And it was reported that Legrand found the murderer.
Of course. Who else?
Well, I wasn't exactly uninvolved.
Of course. Legrand surely has assistants, but honor to he who deserves to be honored, right?
Well then.
Be seeing you, Constable. Grace! Here, Gracie. My sweetheart. Where are you?
Oh, Mr. Inch.
Mr. Inch. There you are. I am so sorry. Baroness von Trebitz was a good-hearted woman. She did so much for the museum.
As you say, sir.
And you? Are you leaving so soon?
I'd like to go back to my hotel. These last days have been such a strain.
First, you sneak into the museum without greeting me, and then you want to leave just as quickly?
I didn't want to disturb you, and we'll have time enough tonight.
Yes, you simply must come tonight. I wanted to present Baroness von Trebitz with a medal. Now you'll have to accept it.
Of course, if you insist, sir.
The Baroness paid for all this. Without her, there wouldn't have been an exhibition or a gala.
She was very generous.
Yes, she was.
If you'll excuse me now. Constable Zellner, I want to thank you again for all you've done. You saved me, you could say. My pleasure. See you tonight.
Okay, can I finally end the set? Maybe? Oh my god, is there another cutscene? More talking points? Thank God. Hello. Okay. We can end the set here. So, thank you for liking if you liked. Thank you for commenting if you commented. Thank you for subscribing if you subscribed. Thank you for favoriting if you favorited. Thank you for simply clicking on this video. Until next time, guys. See ya.